Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Arrival DLC of Mass Effect. Beginning, we're here on planet Arato to rescue Dr. Kenson from a Batarian prison where she's been interned. So this largely begins as a bit of a stealthy kind of section. As you can see, we cut the power to that door, and this is kind of the most sneaking around you ever really do in Mass Effect. Usually Mass Effect is a pretty all guns blazing kind of game, so I'm just going to set up weapons just in case, but I'm hoping for this entire section, touch wood, to not have to use them. Let's switch up to that. So, there's bridge control here if I try and use it. It's clearly fucked. But we can come around the side here. This area seems like it's borrowed a lot of... it reminds... Oh, that's a Baron. It reminds me of Feros from...
Batarians must send their prisoners down here to die. I have to find Dr. Kenson now.
It reminds me a lot of the kind of exogeny building in Feros. Oh, well, Feros as a whole, actually, kind of. But yeah, because you don't bring any squad mates with you for a lot of the mission, Shepard just kind of talks to herself, which feels very odd. But yes. Oh, was that a Varant sneaking past that way, or was that a person? No, it's a Varant that's gone through there. Well, not my problem. Actually, I can...
This is run down. Even for a prison.
Well, oh, that's a Varant, hello. They're weirdly not called Varant, they're called Batarian War Beasts, as if you somehow wouldn't know what they are by this point. Well then, I suppose technically you can do this at any point.
Get your hands off me!
So, they're taking Dr. Kenson in for questioning, which can't be good for her. And yes, so, let's talk at this point about... Oh. Let's talk about gas valves, actually. So, there's actually a split of ways here. It doesn't look like it. If you want to go through here, you hit this gas valve, and you'll notice one of the jets turns off, but the other one stays on. In order to get through... So, this is the split of ways. Oh, bloody hell. Oh, okay. Oh, that Varren wasn't there when I turned around. It for some reason really made me jump. This gas valve here, if you hit it, appears to seal off the path in front of you. Which it does, but it actually also opens up this side path, which gives you access to some special stuff. It gives you a locker with 400 credits in it, some technology.
This should come in handy.
Heavy weapon ammo, let's cross that off on the visualizer. There's 3 more things to get, well 2 now, which are all in this mission somewhere, and a personal log.
I hear humans are scurrying like vermin out in the asteroid belt. Is anywhere safe from them? We should arm a mission to flush them all out.
So, we'll mostly be dealing with Batarians this time. They aren't particularly fond of us. They've been looking for a reason to go to war with humanity for quite some time, and they've caught us in their system doing something dodgy. The Arrival DLC, as a whole, I would say it's quite good. It's not on the same level as... So, bit of stealth out here needed. Weirdly, if I turn invisible, they say I've lost visuals, but they never had visuals in the first place, so we can just sneak down.
Interrogating a human to waste time.
We have a relay here where we can cut the power, which then allows us to hop up here and up here. I would say this DLC isn't quite on a par with Lair of the Shadow Broker or even the Overlord DLC, but it is very good, and it serves a very specific role, which the others don't do so much, which is this DLC bridges the gap between Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 3. It pretty much directly leads to the beginning of Mass Effect 3, and is kind of important for that reason. And it just... oh dear. Let's just pretend that didn't happen. How did they not see us there? That's actually quite impressive on their part. I believe I need to go around here then. I've got the crazy taxi arrow at the bottom. There we go. I was supposed to go over here. Hop down there. There we go. I'm amazed I wasn't spotted there. Am I imagining it, or do you get an achievement for not doing any combat throughout this entire thing? Well, let's see. It's very much possible.
Relay can't be damaged, much less destroyed. Those humans will do anything to destroy us, I swear. We have to make this one an example to the others. We can't respond kindly to terrorists.
So, apparently Dr. Kenson was planning to slam an asteroid into a mass relay, which sounds particularly scary. There's some guards in there, but we'll just try and sneak past them. That means there is a log in there that we don't get to read, but it's not a particularly exciting one. It basically just says the same thing again. We should kill the prisoner. So, there's a shuttle coming, and it lands, and then nothing happens. No one gets into or out of it, which is quite strange. Crane here! That does sound very much like the kind of thing humans do based on, this planet. You can control the crane with buttons. Start by hitting the center button, then hit the left button, then hit the right button, then hit the right button again, and the crane lifts up that box, and underneath it is some iridium and a PDA containing
What's this?
a Medigel capacity upgrade. That's a very easy one to miss because it's hidden underneath all that crane bullshit. You can now use this vehicle lift to lower yourself down here. We're doing very good at avoiding combat so far. Let's crack this door open.
Our convoy intercepts paid off. We picked up a message to the Alliance coming from somewhere in the asteroid belt. We listened to the feed until we discovered an operation run by a human named Kenson, smuggling engine parts and guidance systems into the system from Omega. We intercepted Kenson's vessel and took her and her people into custody. Interrogation has produced nothing but frenzied rambling so far.
So, she was bringing in guidance parts from Omega. That's interesting. You can go into the interrogation room there and fire up some guards, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to continue along with my mission to try and do it combat-free. And indeed, here's where we need to get to.
Who are you? What are you doing? Dr. Kenson? I'm Commander Shepard. I'm here to get you out.
Commander Shepard? I'd heard you were alive. Hackett must have received my message.
We're not safe here. Can you walk?
I'm fine. Just give me a moment.
We have to go. Now.
If we can find a console, I can hack security. Make us an escape path.
Then we'll find one. Go!
Ready.
Jesus, that was a bit of a brutal scene of her curb stomping that Batarian. So, we now have Dr. Kenson on our team. She is a kind of very basic tech person. She can do overload and incinerate. And you can't level her up in any way, I don't believe. She just comes as she is. I've put her overload, can't go that way, put her incinerate power on D-pad just in case I want to use it at all, but she's really not very useful. This is what I was saying last episode of really just don't rely on anyone, just you rely on Shepard being very solid in this mission, really. Oh, here we go. So, let's test out Dominate. Well, that didn't work. Well, what an exciting first spin for it. Let's try again. Whoomph. So, much like how high-level AI hacking puts up a shield for enemies when we hack them, high-level Dominate throws up a barrier, which also quite nicely marks... Oh, bloody hell. Quite nicely marks the enemy that you've dominated. When the barrier goes, you know he's back down to... Whoa! Did he just, like, do a dolphin dive over that? That was hilarious. So, just... Oh, dear! Whoomph. Ah, missed again. You can see how quickly your shields can just, like, drain it out. Ah, there's an elite prison guard. Interesting. Let's hack the normal prison guard. Not hack, you know what I mean. Doink! Oh, let's hack the elite prison guard, actually. You're mine. Well, he's kind of dying, but maybe that means they'll take him out for me. Let's incinerate them with Kenson. Hopefully they'll focus on him for a little bit while I can then pick at their sides. That's kind of the really useful thing about AI hacking or Dominate or any of the equivalents. It buys you a distraction, and just a lot of enemies will then look and focus on the other person, which just gives you time to do whatever the fuck you want to do. Security console is back here. Go on. There we go.
Keep them off me while I hack us a way out.
Suppress the teams to cell block. Now.
Right. Now you need to defend Dr. Kenson for a few minutes while she does her thing. What I would do here, genuinely, is keep bringing up either the power or the weapon change screen just to keep an eye on, it's the only reliable way, there we go, to get, oh, bloody hell. To get a, did I miss with that? Radar up, where you can then see where enemies are coming from. Bloody hell, he's come right up at me. Bugger! Ooh, I meant to hit dominate him and I accidentally incinerated him. Shit, they came from everywhere! This is what I mean when I say this mission is hard. Fortunately, the enemies always come through the same way, so now I know they are going to come from here. And I can be ready for them when they come, and hopefully I won't miss with Dominate this time. There are some powers which feels very strange that they can miss. That's one of them. Let's use it from here just to make sure. Nope, missed again. Oh no, I didn't. Did I? I don't know. Oh, yep, someone's glowing. That's a good sign. Right, that should hopefully keep them occupied. Did I? What? Oh, it set to a different button I was expecting. I did it on the Incinerate spell. They seem to be moving up unnaturally quickly. Hello, you. How are you doing? Are you good? Wonderful.
We need to close the door we came in through. Keep them out.
Right. That's your next job, is to close the door you came in through. So, yeah, you'll notice I could have put on cryo ammo because very few, if any, of these enemies are shielded. So, technically, you don't need disruptor ammo, but it is very useful to have it on because of the weapon overheating function. That it just... Oh. What? God, they aren't... What? Oh, I suppose he's supposed to be on my side. Oh, that's interesting. Even when they're hacked, they can still target Kenson. I guess they don't recognize her as being on the same side as me, because she's like a kind of passive character. That's bloody annoying. Anyway, oopsie daisy. Well, let's not use Dominate in that sense. Oh, that's two of them down. Bloody bugger, 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 bugger. Oh, shit, that was too close. Override. Whew, that's the door locked. Now, where are they coming up next? So keep an eye on the radar in the bottom right, even though you can't actually see it that clearly. There we go. Let's switch over to my sniper rifle and do some damage with that. The moment these guys are up. Oh, bloody hell. Step ahead of me. Nice. Oh, balls, didn't reload. Getting together. There we go. Let's incinerate again. I kind of don't want to use thingy at the moment. Dominate. Because I know that they'll just go and target Kenson while they're in there. Come on, stand up, stand up, stand up. There we go. Wonderful. Oh, more of them come up the lift. Let's incinerate that one. Incinerate's got a nice bit of splash damage from me, so that's at least helpful to do a bit of area of effect on multiple enemies. But you see what I mean? Like, these are a lot of enemies to take down with just Shepard, especially because for a lot.
Watch the other side.
Oh, good.
More enemies on the elevator.
Is that the elevator right next to me? They're coming up, I guess. Well, let's fire some arcs into them at this point. Where are they? There we go. Hello. That's good. I got 20 arcs. I want to use them. But yeah, if you're not particularly combat-oriented Shepard, this mission can be really challenging, genuinely. Because if you're like a biotic or something like that, you're going to have a rough time. Like, I'm a pretty combat-capable Shepard. I'm level 30, and I've got something to deal with everything, because that's how I kind of like to play RPG-like games. Oh! No! What are you doing here? That's not good. Hack. Get down. Hide. Run. Come on, fight him. Kill each other. Don't look at me. Look at him. Man, they're really not buying Dominate the way they should. Oh, you're going to run and attack Kenson, aren't you, you little shit? Well, the moment your barrier's off, you're dead. See? Yeah, it's the way I like to play RPG games, is to kind of... There we go. Is to make sure I kind of have something for dealing with everything. It's how I play Pokemon, definitely, so I make sure I kind of have got one teammate who I can... Like, whatever the enemy's using, I'm like, I will swap out and use this type, and that's what works for me. And this game's rather similar.
Oh, one last thing. The hangar doors are hard-locked. We'll have to get those open the old-fashioned way. Leave that to me.
So, I've got a few more shots for... Oh, dear! God, it really just dumps you in shitty combat. I can use, at least, hack it. I keep calling it hacking, but it's Dominate. I can use Dominate a bit more... freely now because Kenson is back on my team, so it's not like she's an objective that they're going to target over and above me. It's quite nice that it comes with the barrier, which makes such a visible difference, because that means that you can really tell when it's about to go. At the moment it is. When once they're no longer useful, you plug them in the head. I really don't feel good about this, but hey, it's the way to do the mission. Anyway, got to get the hangar doors open manually, as she said, which means just exploding them, which works rather nicely. Oh dear, fight for me. Did I hit him? Maybe. Nope, didn't. Yes, did. They kind of crouch down for a moment, which is a bit unsettling. It's never sure whether I actually hit them or not. Right, let's have a bit of a firefight going on here. Oh, they've got stun grenades. Wonderful. Very wonderful. Hopefully, yeah, if they fight amongst themselves for a bit, that means fewer of them are... Ooh, going to fight against me. Well, he's still shooting at me, which isn't great. Or is he? I don't know. That's definitely coming vaguely towards me. Is that Kenson again? They must not have it flagged correctly or something like that. Let's shoot this guy in the mouth. And I believe there's one more here who's technically on my side. Not anymore. Good day. You know, that was way more brutal than I intended it to be. With that done, I think everyone's out of the way. Nope, they're not. I can hear people. Oh, there's a shield he busted. Kenson, if you can overload him, I'll pump an arc into him, which should hopefully take out anyone else. I didn't get it into him, but I just got into someone. I was mid-charging an arc and realised he wasn't where I thought he was going to be. Oh, bugger. So I just decided to let the arc off anyway. If you hit someone with an arc, there's a good chance that you'll hit everyone because of the way it works. Over there's the final one. Wonderful. Let's take all of them down. And blow up the final hangar door. And with that, we can hop into the shuttle.
Engaging autopilot. We should be well out of range before they get their security measures unscrambled.
Do you think they'll come after you?
I'm not taking any chances. Batarians don't take kindly to humans who plan to destroy their mass relays.
So the charges against you are true.
Well, to be fair, that's about half the story. My people and I were here investigating rumors of Reaper technology, out in the fringes of this system.
I guess you found something.
We found proof that the Reapers will be arriving in this system. When they get here, they'll use its mass relay to travel throughout the galaxy. We call it the Alpha Relay. From here, the Reapers can invade anywhere in the galaxy.
So you decided to destroy it.
Exactly. Doing that would stop the Reapers' invasion. Even at FTL speeds, it'd be months or years before they got to the next relay. We came up with what we just called the Project. A plan to launch a nearby asteroid into the relay and destroy it before the Reapers could arrive. Of course, the resulting explosion would probably wipe out the system.
How did you plan to launch an asteroid into a mass relay?
Moving an asteroid just requires thrust and guidance, which are readily available in Omega's salvage yards. Get the right amount of power and a good VI to drive it, and you can pretty much just point and shoot.
I've always heard that mass relays are indestructible.
I've heard that too, but I think it's more that nobody's willing to find out what happens when one is destroyed. And, well, we plan to slam a small planet into the thing at very high speed. By our calculations, that's more than enough.
Why do you think destroying the mass relay would destroy the entire system?
Mass relays are the most powerful Mass Effect engines in the known galaxy. The energy released from a relay's destruction would probably resemble a supernova. This is a remote system, but just over 300,000 Batarians live on the colony where they held us. The explosion would undoubtedly kill them all.
Is the project still operational?
I imagine it is. We were one button press away from launch when the Batarians arrested me.
How were you caught?
We've been smuggling Starship parts from Omega. Thrusters, guidance, and aftermarket ESO core. The Batarians thought that looked suspicious. A few days ago, I took a few of the men on a scouting trip, and the Batarians pounced on us. They never found our actual base.
I still don't see how you learned about this supposed invasion.
The evidence came from what we call Object Rho, a Reaper artifact we discovered among the asteroids near the relay itself. When we get back to Arcturus Station, I'll explain everything and provide copies of all our notes on the artifact.
What's a Reaper artifact doing in an asteroid?
We don't know, or even what its purpose is. Some things are just too old or large to comprehend. Even a Reaper thousands of years dead contains power. Their artifacts are worthy of study, regardless of their purpose.
How exactly does a Reaper artifact give you proof of an impending invasion?
It showed me visions of the Reaper's arrival. Much like your Prothean beacon, I imagine. The Reapers are coming, Commander. That much I know for certain.
If you're working near a Reaper artifact, how have you avoided indoctrination?
We've been very careful. We know what we're dealing with. You're not speaking to a child, Shepard. I saw what Sovereign did at the Citadel. Trust me, I know what's at stake.
The stakes are too high. If you were willing to destroy a whole system over this, I want to see your proof.
I guess I can't argue with that. Give me a moment. Kenson to Project Base.
Good to hear your voice, Doctor. You coming home?
Affirmative. And I've got Commander Shepard with me.
Shepard? Really?
Tidy up the lab. The Commander needs to confirm the artifact.
Right. I'll get everything set up for your arrival. Project Base out.
All set. Just sit back and relax. We'll be there in no time.